Alright, performance was very good in those videos, so thank you for sending them. And what we're going to do for the playing stuff is basically extend upon the idea. So, still 100 beats a minute for the 16th note picking. And you basically have a scale you're running up and down until you reach the half note. So, goal is basically, try and get this whole scale down at 100 and then add in the next one. So knowing the scale shapes will help greatly. So as long as you have those nice and fresh in your mind, that'll be good. So we're starting with Aeolian. We play the Locrian shape. Then we play the Ionian shape. And then we go to the Dorian. And then we finish with Phrygian. So, a minute and 48 seconds is how long this lasts. And just treat it the same way as before. Just like try it for just 10 minutes a day, see how far you get. So this way you're not overwhelming yourself, and just add a little bit as you go. You can do the add a bar at a time, but knowing the scale shapes, if you can add a scale at a time, I think that would be really good. So, let me double check the volume here. Okay. So, play this so you can get a visual on what you should do. And hopefully I don't screw this up. 2, 3, 4. Okay. Number 2, this one. You know the first half already. I just extended it to go to the other 6 strings. So all 6 strings being covered, so now you got the top 3 that you already did. Now you have the bottom 3, so you can add a string in at a time on this one as well. So same approach you did the past week. Do the same thing here. Just take your time with it, try and get it done. Just stick to the 10 minutes thing so you're not overwhelming yourself and you're just focused on the one thing, and hopefully it goes well again. So let's run through this. Let me mute the MIDI first, and here we go. I'm actually contemplating if I want the MIDI on to make sure I don't goof this. Well, here we go. 2, 3, 4. There's like one bummish note in there. There you go. And this, so for the theory stuff that you turned in, there were just a few little things to look at. I think it was just some typos maybe that were overlooked. But if you have any questions with the thing I do send back to you to be corrected, let me know. Of course, any questions, let me know. So this stuff here, the 7 sus2s and 7 sus4s, so just reviewing these. So if you can't find that sheet that explains what these chords are, they are up on my website. So I will provide a link for where all the chord formula stuff is. Yeah, hopefully I remember to do that. But basically, you start with like your 7th chord, and then for the sus2 version, you do the same thing that you would changing a triad. So I want you to use as many open chords as possible, so there'll be some where it has to be more of like a bar or a movable shape. Use your best judgment. Let's just see what you come up with. So like for the first chord, you start with your C major 7. You identify where the 3rd is and start with the lowest note and climb up. So there's your 1, there's your 3. So we need to change that to dropping it down to the very next note in key would be D. So now we have a D. So there's your 1, there's your 2. That's a 5, that's the 7, that's a 3, which should not be in the chord. Well, it can't be because it's not part of the chord. So we can play the G note up there. So this way we can still use the high E string. I'm just playing the 5th interval again. And the same idea with the 7 sus4. Start with the major 7 chord. Go through every single string. Make sure that you identify any notes that don't belong anymore. Some chords will just have 1 instance. This chord you have 2. So root note. There's the 3rd interval again. So we need to raise that to the very next note in key. So now we have it as a 4. There's the 5 again. There's the 7. There's the 3, which we need to change. So we can do it this way and have 2 4s, or 2, 4th interval here, 4th interval there. Or you could also do it like this if you prefer the sound of the 5th interval up there instead. So either way is acceptable. So any questions with that, let me know. And yeah, so those will be the things to work on. And then yeah, next week, if you can get the videos over like Tuesday evening or Wednesday before you leave, that would be good. Or Wednesday afterwards, that's also fine. Just remember to set it as unlisted if you don't want anyone else to see it. I don't know why YouTube is saying that private is like, oh, only you and the people that you allow to see the video can see it, because it's like you have to have access to the account to see things. So I don't know, the way they word it now is kind of weird. But yeah, private, only the person with the account can see it as far as I know. So there you go. Excellent work this week. And again, if any questions come up, please let me know, and I'll see you in your video.